Welcome to the Being Curious Show. I'm Brian Mariani, founder of No Shift Own.
And I'm Kelly Wagner, publisher of Edge Magazine. Our show is about curiously connecting teachers and seekers on a wide range of topics in a safe space. Few topics will be off limits, and we have some amazing guests to share with you.
Our intention is that our conversations will spark your own curiosity to create a life that lights you up and inspires you to be kind, thoughtful, open-minded to yourself and others.
We are on AM 950, Sundays at 2 p.m. and all podcast platforms. So, Brian, what are you curious about today?
Well, here we are. We're have
back.
A whole crew today. It's a unique time. It's not always four of us here in studio. Kelly, who do we have today?
Okay, so just because I had to, we have Holly Bussey, who is a dear friend of the Edge community. Oh my gosh, you guys, we're putting our new Edge magazine together for August, and she reviews our books, and she has, for the first time ever, a Holly's pick. And we're not going to tell anybody about what the book is, but after she read it, she just started to say to me how much she just wanted to share it with the world. So I'm really excited for that. So Holly, thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. Okay. Master Lin.
Hello.
You're here.
Yes,
You're in studio. Okay, we need you a little closer to the mic.
Okay.
We need to breathing.
Okay.
Because you're good at that.
Oh, yeah.
We're so blessed to have you here.
Well, thank you. It is a great honor to be with you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we have 4 people in studio. I already had a squirrel moment, so thank you, everybody, for allowing that space. Mr. Brian, kick us off.
All righty. So, Master Lin, one of our favorite questions that we love to open up with is, you are the master of your world today, but at some point, way back in the day, you were probably trying to figure out what you wanted to do in life. And so we love to get curious around, what were some of those first ideas that you started to have that ultimately led you on the path to where you are today?
Sure. Absolutely. I'd like to share with you. Well, a lot of things I can talk about, but mainly there's something I think many people in my classes will ask me this question, is how I became a QiGong master. And, well, it takes a long journey. First of all, I grew up in China, and during the Cultural Revolution, at that time I was 8 or 9 years old. And then my family and myself went through a lot of sufferings because my parents were working for the government, and they did not agree with so many things the people, and especially the government, said about. Then they were put into jail. And that kind of jail is not like the jail in the United States. It's like the people just simply came, the gangs who did not agree, who did not accept what you have in your mind, and they will take you into a house or a building and lock you in, and so without any process of law or whatever. So my parents were put into jail, and then and also the people, they could abuse you in the street by anyone because you were considered as the bad kids of bad parents.
Right.
So and many times I came home with lots of black and blue in my body, and my books that got torn in a school, and so this is not the major thing. The major thing was one day when they came into a gang of people came into my house and looking for my mom, and my mom actually escaped because she heard something from other people that a group of gangs would come to catch him and will torture him and maybe torture him to death. So she ran away.
Did you know that she'd escaped?
No,
Okay.
No.
So when they showed up at the door, you're like, my mom escaped?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was 8.5, and my youngest brother is 4.5. You know, so and then we didn't know what to do. And when they came into the house, and they were looking for our mom, and they couldn't find her, and so they kicked us out of the house in the winter time, in the rain. So we became homeless for 3 days before we could find a place. A friend, actually it's not a friend, our neighbor that took us in and to keep us alive. So then finally we find a chance to escape out of the town. And well,
Were you connected with your mom at
No.
that time? Okay,
No.
so your neighbors really saved your life,
Yeah.
of you and your 4-year-old brother.
Right.
Okay.
And then so when we got a chance to go out of the town, to escape away from the town, and the people who my parents helped them the most, they consider my parents as their lifesavers. And now these people turn out to be the people who put their devoted friends' kids into the mouth of a wolf. So even when my sister and I try to escape out of town, and when we go through the fort, which the gang had the machine guns and rifle guns, and so when my sister and I disguised ourselves as a beggar, and walk through the fort, and they recognize our face. So the guy who was the person our parents helped them the most put that rifle guns at my head, and of course I was staring at him, and with no fear, because I had been in that situation for so many times. But my sister was so afraid, she was hiding behind me. And the other guy said, "Hey, we're looking for their parents. It is not for the kids. So let the kid go." And so he took the guy's rifle away, and pretended that he was angry. He said, "Get out of here! Get over here! You're a monster!" And so we ran as we wish we had 4 legs. So we ran out of that scene, and then later on we got through the bay. We live in the little fishing harbor. We ran through the fort, and then somebody my parent knew as a friend, and took us across the bay. Which is like 3 kilometers, that wide. And we took on a boat, and then we went to see our mom and dad. So finally we got reunited. So then life moved on, and had lots of scars in my heart because of that.
Can I ask you one question?
Sure.
What was it like to hug your parents for the first time?
Oh, we were crying, we were
goodness.
crying, and we were hungry for that many days, and our hands were dirty. Then my dad and came and hugging me, because my mom was taking care of my 2 little brother and sister, and so I was holding the bread in my hands, the fingerprints, the dirt in the fingerprints in the bread, on the bread. So we chew it, and so that was the moment. We were just so hungry, and finally we were safe with the parents.
Right.
And so, well, there's a lot of things happen after that. I don't have time to share everything with you.
Oh, I know.
And then life continued, and so when I became a college teacher, I had a lot of injuries in my up to graduation from high school, working on the farm for 4 years.
Okay.
And that was the time after Cultural Revolution. So I had a lot of injuries in my body, aches and pains, and then arthritis in my back, and also in my knees. It's a very bad one. swollen. So, bad day, and I could hardly stand in front of my students teaching. So then there was a teacher, a QiGong teacher, coming to town and saying that people said by sitting in his workshop, many people could heal or cure their serious challenges just by attending his workshop.
So you're like, I'm going to go attend his workshop.
Yeah. So I said, well, since I tried everything, injection and pills and massage and acupuncture, you just name it, herbal medicine, everything I tried, and nothing could really help. Then I decided to give it a try. So 7 hours and a half sitting on the dirt ground and, practicing the simple techniques the master taught us, and my body start responding to the qi vigorously. And then there came the master's message. He said, if you want to heal yourself faster and more completely, and you need to forgive those people who once upon a time hurt you so badly in your heart. And I said, no way.
I was about to say.
Right. How could I forgive these people?
That's a hard one.
When their life was in danger, so we gave everything to help. And now, for no reason, just to please the gangs, right? And then they put us into danger of our life.
Right.
So then here came the master's words. He said, well, if you have a hard time to forgive, in order to heal yourself faster, you can pretend to forgive. You can pretend to love.
Why didn't I get that sooner than...
Right?
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, so I said, well, okay, so I said, wait a minute. By pretending I can heal myself faster and more completely, I think that's a good deal. So I, through my visualization, invited all those people in my life who hurt me and hurt my family so badly. I said to them, one by one, I said, guys, listen. At this moment, I just want to heal myself completely and faster, so I pretend. This is only a pretend. I love you, I forgive you. I repeat that. This is a pretending. Make sure you know. And I love you, I forgive you, I forgive you, I forgive you. When I'm murmuring that message for so many times, and then I got tired of that and repetition. Mm-hmm. And then so I just simply just, so that kind of a sound coming in my throat. And then something magical happened. Tremendous heat starting from my navel area and penetrating out through my entire body. My entire body was on fire.
Was it when you removed the pretend as a part of it? Oh,
yeah.
I had a feeling about that.
Yeah, so the channels in my body start opening up.
Yeah.
And first of all, I was a little bit kind of concerned, but I trust the master, and so he was an experienced one and good one. Plus, there was 15,000 people on the dirt grounds listening to him. So I listened to my body and let my body go. And then at the end of the 7 hours and a half, I picked myself up from the dirt ground in the soccer field. Miracle happened. The swelling in my knees completely went away. The pain in my knees, in the joints, 85% gone.
And you'd think after 7.5 hours on the ground, your body would feeling not like you're healed, but that you're even more like cement.
Yeah,
okay.
Exactly.
So you get up and you're just feeling amazing.
Yeah, I was so happy. I was able to jump again and ran, and I was screaming and laughing. I didn't care what people would think about me. And I just expressed that joy within me and the freedom from the pain. So after that 2-month practice with the simple movements I learned from him, and the pain in my knees completely went away and forever. Right? And the bone spurs in my neck, in my back, also went away. And more importantly, my suicidal depression because of cultural erosion also completely
It's
cured.
like you just did that.
Yeah. Then I was at that time before I came to that the workshop. I talked to I just hated my life. I wanted to end my life, but I want to find out why the life was so difficult, so hard. I want to, before I kill myself, I want to find out the answer.
And now,
found it.
and he did. Okay,
Yeah.
you guys.
Love it.
Oh my gosh, Holly Bussey, Master Chunyi Lin from Spring Forest QiGong, Being Curious with Kelly and Brian, AM 950. On behalf of Brian and I can't wait to come back. So much more. Talk to you soon.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Being Curious. Kelly and Brian. We are here with Master Lin. We have another special guest with us, Holly Bussey. We're having so much fun. And we just really heard, in a very short amount of time, this long story of pain, suffering, but also an incredible miracle that happened in your life, Master Lin. And I think the question that kind of comes out after that whole story is, well, what did you do with the miracle? What happened next? What insights did you have? What did you start to develop in terms of what you wanted to do in the world?
Sure. Well, yeah, so after I got myself cured, no medication, okay, simply just through that Qigong practice. My arthritis and bone spot in my neck, in my back, and also I cure my suicidal depression. I noticed something is very important, and it's the Qigong. Why Qigong is so powerful? So I started, and also from a suicidally depressed person into a person living in joy every day. And I didn't look at the suffering as a suffering anymore. I turned the suffering into a stepping stones to help me to live a better life. I recognize, wow, my suffering and it's just so bad, and I don't want others to suffer their life anymore. So how can I help others? So some people said, well, Qigong, you believe it, it works. You don't believe it, it doesn't work. It's solely psychology and psychological. So I said, well, to me, it is not, because when I first came to Qigong, I practiced Tai Chi, I practiced Qigong. Right.
Now, did you practice Chai Chi?
Yeah.
Chai tea. Oh
Tai
my gosh,
Chi.
Tai Chi. Oh, Chai tea sounds yummy right now. No,
Yeah,
did you
yeah.
practice Tai Chi prior to your Qigong practice?
Well, I learned martial arts.
Got it.
So everything.
Okay.
So you just name it, and herbal medicine. So, but Qigong singles it out. It is so powerful, especially for healing your wound, no matter it is like a physical wound or emotional wound or a spiritual wound. So why it is so powerful? And I follow my heart, and I as a college teacher, I had vocations, and I clear all the occasions. I mean, to get my time as much as possible to follow different masters around the country. And I went to the cave to meditate. The longest one is 28 days. Stay inside the cave with 5 apples and 5 little bottle of water. That's it. Yeah. And meditate inside. And so you might say,
That's a long 28 days.
Yeah,
Okay, just checking. Just want to make sure I wasn't the only one on that one.
yeah.
But I remember you in class teaching us how to eat chi.
Yeah.
We'd make chi balls
Yeah.
and eat them.
Sure. So that's really good. The Taoist techniques to help to how you observe the universal energy to help you to live longer and survive.
That was
Yeah.
so amazing. I love that
Yeah.
so much.
So, and then I believe I got it. And I now, through all these practices and readings and studies and after different masters, and that was years of study. It's not like a 1 day or 2, right? And 4 to 6 hours every day practice, And then, finally I got it. Some Qigong forms are so complicated. Some Qigong forms are simple, but to me, is not convincing enough for me to practice. Then through a lot of practice, I discovered that Qigong is very simple. The world should know about it. Then I created my own Qigong form called Spring Forest Qigong.
How did you come up with the name?
Well, and I did, after the 28th meditation, I was given the message by my spiritual master in the heaven, and in Chinese they call 家家有医生，世界无痛苦. Now in English, a healer in every home in a world without pain and suffering.
I've heard that.
Yeah.
Somebody has told me that
Yeah.
many,
Yeah.
many, 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 many times.
Yeah.
She's in this room.
So, and then I said to my master, wow, that is a big job. How can I?
That is a big job.
How can I do that? And then the voice came and said, you don't need to go find people to help you. When you're ready, the right people will show up. And that is so true. And then when I first came to the United States, that was in 1992 to 93. I was here on an AFS program, an American Field Service program. And the students and teachers can from other countries come to United States, and United States send teachers and students to other countries, and so I participated in that program. So I was assigned without my choice to come to Minnesota. So to me that was a joy, because people like me in China would at that time hardly get an opportunity to go out of the country to visit any other countries. So coming to the United States, that was a dream at that time for me. So the president of my university told me on the day of Chinese New Year, he said, you got an opportunity to go to America. I said, well, wow. Hey, my president, don't make joke on this
That's not
special
funny.
day. It's not funny. And he said, yeah, this is real, and we have to make a decision right away because there's one spot open, and we were given that opportunity. And at the time, I was the dean of foreign language department. So I said, okay, if that's true, I will go. So I took the opportunity. So I came to Minnesota. I stayed in Simley High School in Inver Grove Heights for 1 year, one school year. So that was the time I totally changed my life, opened my heart. I see so many dimensions of my life and opportunities. So in that exchange time, during the daytime, I observe the teaching skills and techniques because I was teaching in a college which trained people to become teachers, especially. Right. So I came over here to study the educational system in the United States. So we started from high school. So I got an opportunity to go to stay in different classes, and the principal, Rich Ehlers, and helped me tremendously. And Dennis Schuler, that was my mentor and our teacher and our hockey coach, helped me in the daily chore tremendously. I just want to take this opportunity to thank them. And
Thanks, guys.
yeah,
On behalf of everybody that's
Everybody.
Yeah.
touched his life.
yeah, they were the
Sounds
heroes.
like you guys were great.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So then I got an opportunity to meet so many people. The things I really started my QiGong class teaching was from one beautiful story. Dennis Schuler, who was the hockey coach, and so every day he brought me to any places as he could to experience American culture.
Oh, I bet like the first time you went into like a really fancy grocery store could have been
yeah.
just like this,
I know.
or like hockey. Like,
I know.
Wait, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Or like an amusement park, or
McDonald's,
just McDonald's French fries.
Everything was just so. I remember talking about this when I first came to Minnesota. I landed in the airplane. I mean, the airport. I didn't know where to get my luggage, and then I asked the worker who was working there, and I said, "Well, sir, and where I could get my luggage?" And then he pointed this way and that way. You know, I could barely understood him because I did not speak good English at that time, and I didn't understand people speaking English either that much. And though I teach, I taught English in college.
We won't tell anyone. Okay.
You had a bigger mission.
So
Those are just logistics.
then, but anyway, I say, well, thank you. And he said, oh, you betcha. Huh. I look at this guy, you betcha, because bet, this word in British, in English, it means gambling. You know, you gamble yourself. That doesn't make any sense.
Nope.
Then I said, this country is a gambling country. But anyway, so finally I found the luggage, and so that is how I started my life, and with like $73 in my pocket from China. So I spent $5 to get a hamburger and $15 to get a sleeping bag. That's how I started my life. So anyway, so in that trip, during the daytime, I taught. I observed in the class in the classrooms, and then sometimes I taught a Chinese culture class, and in the evening, and I taught Tai Chi. You know, so sometimes, not every day. Then one day I told my friend, Danny Schuler, I said, well, you know, my specialty is QiGong. I said, what's QiGong? I said, well, QiGong is a breathing exercise, you know, help you to heal. And I said, oh, that sounds like interesting. Then he completely forgot about that. Then one day, after school, we were in a hurry to go to his hockey team coaching. So while he was changing in his basement, and I saw this. I was waiting for him in the living room. Then I saw a little puppy sitting in the corner, so sad. So usually when I walk into the house, and the first people to come to greet me, dogs and cats. Right. But this dog, just sitting over there, so sad. I talked to Danny. He said, Danny, what happened to your dog? He said, well, she's too old. She's deaf. I said, oh. And can I work on her? And he said, oh, yeah, go ahead, you know. So, and he thought, you know, I was so bored and just find something to kill my time. You know?
He's got stuff to do.
Yeah. So then finally I got the dog on my lap. I started working on her. Then when Dennis woke up from the basement, I said, Dennis, your dog can hear now. And he said, you're not kidding. I said, well, so try it. Then he grabbed his hands and said, hey, Tori. You know? And the dog responded right away and jumped off from my lap and ran towards him. You know, the little tail is so happy running around him. He stared at me like this just for a few seconds. He pulled a chair and sat down and said, work at my knees.
Oh, I was about to say, let's forget about hockey today. Like, I got a list.
I'm a believer.
Yeah. So I worked on him like a 5 minutes or so. He said the pain in his knees, 90% gone. And he was so happy. And the next day he grabbed me and took me to the continuing education department and registered QiGong.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, a QiGong class.
I would have.
Yeah. So the Qigong classes started. 5 people showed up in the wintertime. It was snowing outside. They came with a lady with an oxygen tank. And she was not happy at that day. And so I worked on her. And so she practiced the Qigong, simple Qigong movement for 4 weeks. And then continued to do it for another 4 weeks, 8 weeks. She went back to the Mayo Clinic. The Mayo Clinic doctor said, this is a miracle. And all her lung scar tissues disappear. And she, at that time, had been on oxygen for 6.5 years, and 7 days a week and 24 hours and a day. And the doctor said, you don't need oxygen anymore. And the doctor at that time also wanted her to have a lung transplant too. And she didn't want to, and now she got completely new lungs. So that's how all the message went out, and then Qigong. That's how I started my Qigong life in Minnesota and in the world.
Okay, Brian, we have like a minute till we have to go to commercial, but like, how do we play with that? Like, I have so many questions now.
You know, what came through for me is that that was another miracle given to you to have the confidence to go out and be who you are in the world.
Absolutely.
I love him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That is just
That was
Brian.
the message right there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And
And
it
we all
all
get to
started with a
benefit.
little deaf dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh my gosh, you knew. Okay, you guys.
Yeah.
Here we go. Segment 2 is done. This is like we're in like a no time, no space cocoon here for this one. Oh my gosh. On behalf of Holly, on behalf of Master Lin and Brian, we're going to be back in just a couple minutes. AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota, Being Curious with Kelly and Brian. Gosh, I'm Kelly, publisher of Edge Magazine, and I don't even know what to say. This is fantastic. See you soon.
Okay, welcome back. It's segment 3. We are learning a lot. We are growing together. Master Lin is also a master storyteller. That's what I'm getting. Master of Qigong. He is an author, Born a Healer. Definitely a book to check out. One of the things, Master Lin, that we try to do in such a short amount of time is we want people who are listening to take action. And not everyone gets a miracle every day. Not everyone, tunes in enough to have that happen. But if there was maybe 1 to 3 actions, exercises, principles that you could share with us today, what would that 1 to 3 things be that people could take action on just by listening to this today?
Step 1, breathe. I'm just kidding.
No, that is not yet.
Okay. So can I hold my breath until you... I'm just kidding.
And you can do that while you're listening to me.
I will fall down.
Well, I think step 1 is to put a smile on your face.
I love that.
You know why smile? And what SMILE stands for? SMILE. Start my internal love engine. Yeah, that's the love. As we all know, love is the most powerful healing energy, right? But from the Qi perspective, love is the most powerful energy to help you to activate the Qi in the body. The Qi is the intelligence of the body. Lots of people talking about energy healing. Hey, what is energy? Water, electricity in the body, or the vibration of the body, or heat in the body. So what are you working on? So if you're working on one element without paying attention to the other element, then your body can be out of balance too. But what helps the body to make a good balance is the Qi. The Qi has intelligence. So when you smile, you're able to open your heart, activate the unconditional love, and then you can activate the Qi. So this is the first one.
Okay, we're
Right?
smiling.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Smiling.
I challenge everybody that's listening to this, take a moment, close your eyes, and smile.
And
Oh, look at Brian's smile. It's so lovely.
when you smile and then you focus on your belly button. The belly button is the vitality center of the body. You can activate that vitality. And now you breathe. Inhale. Now here is a little bit visualization. It will put you like in the image of a Star Wars, right? And inhale, you're visualizing the universal love and light and blessing, healing energy coming in from all over your body, getting into your body through your skin, through the pores, and get it together in your navel, behind the navel, actually, like 2 inches.
Does it matter if you're breathing in your nose or your mouth?
At this moment, it
Just
doesn't
breathe.
matter.
Okay, thank
Just
you.
breathe.
Sorry to interrupt.
If you can breathe through your nose, that's better. Otherwise, mouth is okay in this level. Then you exhale, you just visualize light or smoke shooting out from every part of your body to the ends of the universe. You are shining like a star. And so inhale and exhale like that. Before you do the breathing, you just say one password in your head. You say, I am in the universe. The universe is in my body. The universe and I combine together. You open yourself to the universe. And then you say one more thing. You say, all the energy blockages, aches and pains in my body will be gone. I'll be completely healed. You make sure you say, I will be completely healed. Then you completely focus on the breathing and don't need to worry anymore about the joint pain, a little lumps in the breast or the shoulder pain and whatever. Just focus on the breathing, the light coming in and the smoke shooting out, and do it slowly and gently, and that is it. This is the breathing technique which had been kept secret in the Taoist practice for thousands of years. So it's simple, but it's powerful.
Okay, you lost me. I'm just kind of breathing in and out, and everything's clear, and I'm getting them. I like to shoot light, not smoke. Now, why would someone choose smoke over light?
When you sometimes people will have a kind of the blockages in the body, so you turn the blockages into smoke and coming out from your body. Otherwise, just shooting light in the body.
So it's like they go from something that's hard or rigid into the smoke. They kind of turn into vapor, and then I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Okay.
So beautiful.
it's a transformation. You transform that kind of a kidney stone or infection or bone
So you
spurs,
keep mentioning these things. I hope these aren't like things that you're reading on my body right now. Like I should be taking notes that if I have like breast lumps or kidney stones, I'm like, you're kind of wording me a little bit. I hope that you're just kind of freestyling. Just saying. I know who you are, so I'm like, girl's got to ask.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's funny.
Sure. Yeah, that's that's a very good place to start. If number 3, when you do so, make sure your fingers slightly open, like holding a ball, and you hold your hands like that, and that can help to activate the qi even faster.
And does it matter where on the body or just like out front?
So at this moment, it doesn't matter. It's like just
I
give
love
you
this
something.
freedom.
Yeah.
Right?
Right?
Higher, lower, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Okay.
Good, better, best, right?
Yeah. Good, better, best.
I remember.
So Holly, you have a question for Master Lin.
Right.
I'm just going to sit here with
You
I'm
do
going to
that.
keep breathing,
You do
and
that,
I'm going to be
girl.
holding my energy balls here, and I'm just going to sit there and zone out for a little bit. So there we go. Go for it.
Well, I've been so blessed because I got to take all my trainings with you
Yeah.
when you were in Anoka, and it was just amazing. It changed my life. But you took these concepts that were so hard, broke it down into these beautiful bite-sized pieces, and people still won't do it. I know you can't do it for people, but it's always been my question. What is our resistance to doing this and actually healing and knowing that we can do this for ourselves?
Well, by the way, Holly does this every day.
Oh, yes.
She listens. She scolds me regularly because I don't listen as much, but she does. She really is like listen to everything
Yeah,
that you've said.
sure.
Just telling you.
Yeah. I think so good. So people get used to surrender their power to others. When I
You could just stop there. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right. No, I'm just kidding.
huge.
Keep going.
So people say, when I get sick, I go to the doctor. Here is the doctor, my body, and my money. Right? So guys, completely you surrender to your healthcare takers. Now, so here in Qigong, we want you to empower yourself. You have the power. Everybody was born a healer. Everybody was born with these beautiful gifts. You can help yourself to heal. You can help others to heal too. You just need to bring the focus back to yourself and recognize how powerful you are, how gifted you are. Once you have that recognition, and then you are able to have the wisdom to keep your momentum going. Just like Hari, you understand, right? Like a tap in the tailbone can help to open up the channels in the reproductive organs, help heal like a fibroid tumor, enlarged prostate, and memory loss, Alzheimer's. You just name it, So these little things, it's just so simple, and you just need to recognize how simple it is, and then you take time, to do it,
Right.
And like tapping the tailbone, you just need to tap it like 3 minutes each time, a couple times a day, and that will help you to prevent a lot of energy blockages that caught in the reproductive organ section, and for the future, and prevention, healing yourself. And there was a lady who had a fibroid tumor 3 times operation and came back even bigger. And I came to Minnesota. I taught her this technique, and she practiced it. And 2 months later, she called me at 11 o'clock in the evening and said, come back from the doctor today, and all the bleeding stopped and the tumor gone.
Right.
I said, wow, so that's cool. And
I love it. That's cool. I guess this stuff works.
Then for my curiosity,
Pretty sweet, eh?
so for my curiosity, I asked her, so how long do you do it every day? Oh, so the longest is 2 hours. What? 2 hours? You patting your tailbone? You know what? This is the funny thing. She said, no, I didn't do it myself. I have my husband to do it. Poor husband, every day after work, she patted 2 hours.
2 hours?
Yeah.
That's a really good husband, by the way.
Yeah, it's a very good one.
Like, I have an amazing one, but I think even after about 45 minutes, he'd be like, well...
No, we did ask him that in class, a friend of mine and I. He said to pound the tailbone for 2 minutes, and since we were there together, we're just like, can we just do each other's? And he just looked at us like, really? You can't pound your tailbone for 2 minutes?
Because that's like 120 seconds of your life that would be gone.
But that's the thing. It's like we've got to learn to take that time
Sure.
for ourselves,
Yeah.
because it works.
So that's the way how you empower yourself, and you recognize the empowerment of yourself too.
Absolutely. I love that so much about it.
Yeah.
Love it. And can I just say that, Master Lin, since I met you way back in the day at Anoka Ramsey, you have and still are like the most humble and kind and wise teacher that I've ever had. I've taken a lot of different things,
Thank
but you continue to just amaze me.
Well, and I always believe the most powerful healing energy is from pure love. You need to keep the purity of your love in your heart so that you are able to help more people. You are able to receive more guidance from the divine to help you to grow stronger. And so every day I have something new to learn. Every day I have some new things. Recognize how powerful we are. So I never stop growing.
So
Keep doing my breathing.
Yeah.
So beautiful.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
keep it simple.
Okay.
Keep it simple.
Yes.
And also, the most simple, the most powerful thing usually is the simplest thing in the world, right?
Well, and your whole theory of a healer in every family, one person changes, the whole family changes.
Oh yeah.
And I don't know that people really believe that part of it either.
Uh-huh.
It happened in my family.
Oh yeah.
My parents are doing Spring Forest Qigong. My parents are in their 80s and learned this very late in life, and they're doing it. And it's like, just because one person started.
Oh yeah.
It's this beautiful ripple effect you've had on people.
Yeah. It doesn't matter what age you are. And we have like people. The youngest healer so far I heard was like 7 years old. One day he was in the playground in the school, and one schoolmate fell down from the
playground, just like
the
the monkey bars.
Yeah,
or
the
something?
monkey bars. And so he fell down. He hurt himself and bleeding, and so he came over. He used the technique and he learned with his mom in my class, and he short fingered that guy and also got and then moved the blockage away and give energy back, and that little guy stopped crying and the pain went away. And later on, he told her mom, his mom, and about his classmate and help him to heal. And his mom was so surprised and asked him what this was. And then later on, this story just went wild, and then so he was interviewed in the Fox News.
So great.
So we're creating a lot of interest about QiGong, and so talk to us about Spring Forest QiGong. How can people find you? How can people get involved? What kind of classes do you have going on? Because I kind of want to sign up right now.
Oh, yeah, so thank you. Yeah, you can visit springforestqigong.com on the website. We have a lot of classes. We have level 1, level 2, level 3, and so on a higher level the training, and many teachers. We have many teachers around the world teaching Spring Forest QiGong too. But one thing, so if you want to start with QiGong practice, and you can always turn into the Facebook. Every day in the morning, 8 o'clock, we have a teacher from Spring Forest QiGong to guide people to do Spring Forest QiGong movements from 8 to 8:30. It's free.
8 to 8:30, Facebook on your page.
Yeah.
You also have a bunch of videos on YouTube.
Oh, yes, many.
I was watching the one that you're doing. I'm going to move from the mic.
Yeah.
Like that. Oh,
Yeah.
my gosh. I was like,
dolphining. Yeah.
that was just fantastic.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so we have your website. We've just touched on your book, Born a Healer. I was born a healer. You were born a healer, too. Master Lin. They're playing our music, which means that we need to go. Okay, guys. Master Lin, thank you so much for being here.
Sure.
Spring Forest QiGong, Holly Bussey, Tiny Imperfections, amazing soul in our world. Brian Mariani, No Shift Own, a.k.a. Brian of Being Curious with Kelly and Brian. AM 950, the progressive voice of Minnesota. You guys were blessed. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And till next time.
All right. Thank you.